Okay, how's everybody doing? Let me let a few more people in.
How are you?
I'm doing just best day of my life.
Very good.
That's
Very good. Happy to be
Yo,
here.
how's everybody doing? My name is Alfonso Wyatt, and we're gonna go over a few things. If you interested in having your credit go from enhancement to keys, then we're gonna show you how to get there. So this right here is from credit enhancement to keys, how to qualify for 100% financing and grant programs from 10,000 up to 40,000. So we're going to show you how to do that. Let me go to the next slide. Okay. Again, my name is Alfonso Wyatt. I've been in the business for about 27 years. 17 of those years, I was a loan officer. So I looked at credit every day for years, for 17 years, as a matter of fact. I actually have about 20 plus years in credit repair, but I have a gentleman that's with me that um, the work that he does on credit is you can't really dispute it. I mean, it's greater than anything I've seen in my life. Okay, let's go into 100% financing and loan grants. Okay, welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk about how you can buy a home with 100% financing and how you can enhance your credit and to qualify for this powerful program. Many buyers think that you need perfect credit and a large down payment, but that's not true. With the right strategy, you can position yourself to qualify for this program. Okay, what is 100% financing? Home loan. So 100% financing, it truly is a 100% financing loan. No private mortgage insurance. Now, people might not know what private mortgage insurance is, but it does not benefit the buyer or the consumer in the least bit. It benefits the lender just in case you ever go into default on your loan. Now, you have 30-year fixed rate options. You have ARM options. Now, the income, you cannot make over $136,000 a year to qualify for this program. And the max loan amount is
I'm on
806,000.
Zoom. I'm on a Zoom.
Now, the thing about this program, you cannot buy um, income generating properties with this program. You only can buy primary residence single family homes. I have a gentleman that I'm going to be bringing to the call pretty soon. His name is Lavanya Wiggins. I'm gonna move to another slide real quick. Hold 1 second.
All right. You ready for me, Mr. Wyatt?
Yes, I am. I am. Now I'm introducing Lavanya Wiggins. Lavanya Wiggins is going to tell you all about the 100% loan. So I'm gonna move the slide to another slide.
Ac- Okay.
Wendy, can you move the slide, please? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Take over, Mr. Wiggins.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Wyatt, and thank your team for having me here this evening. Hello, everybody that joined us. Glad that you came out, and I'm happy to be here with you. So, just a little more by the way of introduction. My name is Lavonia Wiggins. I'm with United Bank Mortgage. We're relatively new in the Atlanta area. Our bank purchased a small bank that was there. I think they were called Piedmont Bank. So that acquisition happened last year, and we've been trying to grow in that area and make mortgage loans in that area. Now, United Bank is a community bank, which basically means that, we do what's called community lending, right? So we want to help not just the people who can, automatically afford to buy a house. We want to help everybody, and we want to make lending more affordable. So what Mr. Watt was talking about, 100% finance, and that's definitely one way to make that happen, because when we look at the barriers for home ownership, the biggest of those barriers is down payment, right? Traditionally, a down payment for a mortgage is for a house is 20%. Well, the average cost of a house is, $300,000, $400,000, 20%, that's $80,000, right? So, a lot of us just don't have that money hanging around in the bank. So, hence this whole community lending aspect of banking became prevalent, probably about 25 years ago. And I've been actually working in that space, kind of on and off over that period of time through several lenders. So now I will tell you that I'm not in the Atlanta area, but I love the Atlanta area. I'm in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, right outside of Washington, D.C. in a town in Maryland. But I'm from the South, originally from Birmingham, Alabama. So I feel like I'm at home here. So thanks again, Mr. Wyatt, for having me. Okay, so let's get into it. So my bank, like I said, we're a community lender. So we thought we would come out with a program, a product specifically for the Atlanta metropolitan area. And so what's on the screen here is United Bank's Gateway Home. So basically that particular program, that's the name of, it's a proprietary program for our bank that affords you, who is that? Wendy, can you go back one slide, the previous slide? Okay, yeah, so it affords you all of this, right? This is what my program does: 100% financing, no down payment, no private mortgage insurance with the two options. Now, what happens with this program is, I know you guys are going to talk about credit a little later, but this program, the minimum credit score for this program to get into to be eligible for it is 680. So like I said, I know you guys are going to talk about that a little later, and I'm sure Mr. White and his team will help you get there if you're not already there. But in the way of the other eligibility is income. So there's a maximum income, that we allow, right? So this 120,000 of area median income works out to be, last I saw, is about $136,000, I believe. So 136,000 annual gross income, and that's whoever is on the application, right? So there, that's one person on the application, two people on the application, is whatever that income is, works for this loan, right? So we say that $806,000, that's the max loan amount. Give funds allowed. So, if you're a first-time home buyer, you don't have, monies for, this loan doesn't require down payment, but there's still closing costs. If you need some money for closing costs, you don't have it, you can get money from a close family member as a gift. And we'll use those funds just as your own funds. There's a lot of paperwork, for that, but the point of it is that you can get gift money to go towards your acquisition of the purchase of a home, and we want you to purchase a 1-unit property, 1-unit primary, and it's for your primary residence. And so, like I said, we started this particular program probably about last August, September, and we've been very, very successful with this program. I met Mr. Wyatt and his team through a sales deal that the buyer use this particular program, and we've been helping folks with this program and a couple other things that I'm going to talk about here in terms of identifying more funds. All right, let's go to the next slide. Okay, again, so that's the Gateway Home, and so that's what I just talked about, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so the other thing is, okay, let's say that you don't have that minimum 680 credit score. Now what? Can I still get, so the question comes, okay, can I still get, monies that I need for down payment and closing cost assistance support? The answer to that is yes. This particular, what's on the screen now, the Federal Home Loan Bank of Atlanta. Now, that's not a bank that's in Atlanta. That's a division of this Federal Home Loan Bank. And what this bank does is, it's a federal chartered organization that establishes programs all across the country to deliver funding for housing, right? So, and this is not specifically for Atlanta either, right? So just so happens, my bank is a partner with this section of the Federal Home Loan Bank. We can lend in Atlanta, so I can administer these funds in Atlanta, Georgia, right? So I want to tell you about these funds too, because if you're not able to qualify for the previous loan, you may be able to qualify for another loan, for an FHA loan or another conventional loan product. And you still need monies available for down payment and closing cost assistance. This program right now is a very viable program to do that. Now, what's a little different about this program is, if you can see down where it says first time home buyers, up to $17,500, right? So as a first time home buyer, you can get $17,500 to go towards the purchase of your home. And for most folks, that takes care of the down payment and closing costs. Now, what's in the blue there, I know it's small on my screen, but I just put out an example for you to see how this program works. Now, this program, you're eligible based on your household income. So everybody that's living with you in the house, particularly those that make money, we have to, add up all their money to see how much, and if you qualify. Not how much you qualify, but if you qualify. So what that says, I got to put on my glasses to read this. So for example, this is $91,360 max income for a household size of 4 in Fulton County, right? So and then the other thing is, it goes by where you're purchasing as well. So Fulton County, Gwinnett, I don't know all the other counties, but I think Henry County, Clayton County, all the counties, we have a system where we put in, okay, where are they purchasing, how many people are in the house, and what's the total income. So if you can imagine a family, the ideal American family of 4, mother, father, 2 children, let's say, or 2 people, 2 children. 2 income earners, 2 children. You got 2 income earners. So for this program, the 2 income earners can't make over $91,360, and we're assuming that the children are not bringing any income in the house, right? So in that particular case, that family would be eligible for this $17,500. Same thing applies for this for the next bullet, which we call community, which is called community partners. Community partners are your teachers, nurses, police officers, first responders, and that's basically, the job. So we know that based on your job type, right? So if you're one of those categories, you can get up to $20,000 utilizing this program, right? So, and the same metrics apply for the qualification. right? The third program is this Workforce Housing Plus. Now, what this is, and that's up to $15,000, and that is a grant. This particular program will allows you to get money if your income. Well, maybe I should also tell you that $91,360 for a family of four in Fulton County is 80% of the area median income in Fulton County. It's 80% of that number. Now, what they said was, okay, well, everybody's in the 80%, and what about the people that make a little more money, but they don't make a whole lot of money? So they said, okay, fine. Well, we'll allow folks that make from 80.1% up to 120% of the area median income to get $15,000, right, toward the purchase of their home. So that number, those numbers are represented down there. Income has to be between $91,361 and $137,040 for the same household of four in Fulton County, right? So you can still make a little more money and get the get this $15,000, right? Now the deal with this money is that it's available now. And it's a drawdown kind of thing. So every 17.5, every 20, every 15 draws down on the total pot of money that's available for what we call this round of funding. It's available on a first come, first served basis. And you have to already have been pre-qualified for a mortgage, or you need to be like right on top of that, being pre-qualified for a mortgage. You qualify for a mortgage, you use these funds, qualify you for these funds, you find a house, then we can earmark these funds for you based on all of that having to happen first before you're able to take advantage of these funds, right? So what may happen is that this may be useful information for some of you for the next round, right? Because if you're not quite ready now, you have some things to do, credit wise, perfectly fine. Sometimes they administer this particular program twice a year, sometimes once a year. This round of funding was released just on Monday, right? So we're right on top of it, and there've been people waiting for it, to be quite honest, right? So there've been people waiting for it, to probably last, maybe through the spring months. So it's one of those things that if you're what we consider a ready buyer, then you want to get with Mr. Wyatt and his team to see how you can to start taking next steps to qualify to get some of these funds, or even the 100% program. Now the other thing I'll tell you is that program I learned about last year right there in the state of Georgia is called the Georgia Dream Program. That's I like that program. I forget which Department of Housing, something like that. But it's a state program that allows folks that are buying in the state of Georgia. Again, there's income limits that apply, but folks that are buying in the state of Georgia, some down payment and closing costs money. And you ideally you could use that money in addition to some of this money. Right. So maybe I think Mr. Wyatt's first slide said about $40,000. The bottom line is there's resources that are out there to help you. And as programs kind of come and go, we like to, be on the front end of those, to be able to, have sessions like this, to be able to offer them to, folks that are, ready to move forward and ready to, take on home ownership. So that's pretty much, kind of what I came to communicate and, basically impress upon you, if you here, stay here, take the next steps. If there's credit work you got to do that. If you're ready to buy, do that. But whatever you do, don't just take the information and, say, oh, I just sent that call. And then it's 2028 and you're saying, oh yeah, I sent a call two years ago and didn't do anything. So there's a lot of folks out here to help. You got some great people that are right here. So I just encourage you to take advantage of the opportunity. Mr. White, is this the point where I take any questions?
Right, we're gonna go to the next slide. This is the point that you take questions. Now,
Okay.
think about it, and we're gonna engage the chat. So if anybody have any questions for Lavanya, just put your questions in the chat, and we're gonna answer the questions accordingly.
Okay.
Does anybody have any questions for me, Lavanya? Lavanya, I have one question for you, real quick. Now you say the money can be stacked. Did I hear you say that?
Yes. It can be stacked with the Georgia Dream program, right? So now you signing up for some work, right? Because you got a lender, which is the bank lender. You got the Georgia Dream Administration. And I'm trying to find that name of it. The Georgia Dream Administration. Then you have the Federal Home Loan Bank of Atlanta. So you got kind of three gates to get through to get the money, but it can be done. I did it on one deal last year. A client used $10,000 from Georgia Dream and $17,500 from Federal Home Loan Bank of Atlanta. Right, so that was $27,500 that client got. Right, I mean, it took us the better of 2 to 2.5 months, but we got it.
Free money.
Yeah.
Okay, I see some more question. Okay. Can one have the grant and the 100%? Can you have the grant and 100% loan?
Great question. So if let me see. Let's see. So you can do the grant. I'm sorry, the 100% loan and that Workforce Plus grant. You would have to, if who's ever controlling the slides can go back maybe 2. No, just one. Let's go on Federal Home Loan Grant slide. Okay. So the deal with that is, let's see. All right. So here's the deal. The first 2 bullets, first-time home buyers and community partners, those are actually loans, and they're forgivable loans, right? So they serve as a percentage of your financing, right? So in an ideal world, these 2 products would be good for, or 2 programs would be good for if you were in a loan and you needed a down payment, like an FHA loan, you need 3.5% down payment, right? So the 17.5 or the 20 can take up that down payment. Now the third option there, well, not an option, but the third program is the Workforce Housing Plus, which is a grant. So that's just, grant is just that, right? It's just me granting you money, right? So it's not a loan. It's just by virtue of you doing these things, by virtue of you buying a house, right? And you meet the requirements of the program, Federal Home Loan Bank of Atlanta, through this Workforce Housing Plus, will grant you money, right? So if you were eligible for that, my first program, which was the, what did I call it? I forgot it all. Gateway Home, the 100% finance and Gateway Home, And then, so that takes, so you're buying a $350,000 house. So we're going to finance all 350. Now you got, I don't know, $12,000 for closing costs. You could, if your income was in that bracket there, was, and that it doesn't have to be 4 people. That's the other thing I want to tell you. It doesn't have to be 4 people. There's a chart that I look at. 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, and if you can imagine it, for 3 people, we're talking it goes down, maybe $8,000 to $9,000. 2 people, in increments, probably about $8,000 to $9,000. But that grant could be used to pay for closing costs on the 100% financing loan.
Okay. Somebody,
Right?
what we're gonna do? We have a couple more questions, but
I see 'em.
we're gonna save those to the end of the presentation because we just to make sure that we answer out
Okay, stay on track. Okay.
right.
And my information is there. You can always go through Mr. Wyatt to get he'll definitely get to me. But if you want, there's my information right there at the bottom right. Let me just take this one real quick, Mr. Wyatt. What are the requirements to get the loan or to be qualified for a loan? So that's that's I don't want to go through all of those details, but part of what I said in the first the first slide talking about income limits, but that definitely your credit, your income, your job stability. We talked about credit. We definitely don't want you have high debt because you can't afford a mortgage payment. If you got a car payment, another loan, and another loan, it doesn't work out, right? So that's a one-on-one conversation in terms of, if you qualify, how you qualify, just, take, kind of an individual inventory of, your income, what's called your monthly reoccurring debt, not your utility bills or your rent, but those things that, signify credit debt, right? And that even means student loan. I want to say that, because student loan debt, folks say, oh, well, I'm not making a payment, but we have to, as lenders, we have to consider that at some point a payment is going to be due. So we work that in, right? So I think that's Tara. I definitely encourage you, Tara, to, circle back and we can have a one-on-one. I'd be happy to talk to you specifically about your case.
Okay. All right. Wendy, let's move to the next slide. Okay. Qualification, we already know the qualifications. Qualification for this program is a 680 credit score. If you want to know if you don't have the credit, then we have a solution for you. If you want to know more about the solution, I'm gonna put the link in the chat, and I need you to just book a call, and we'll come up with a solution for that. So Wendy, can you put my link in the chat, please? Okay. All right, let's go on to the next slide. All right, same thing. What if your credit score isn't 680? We have a solution for that. Again, they go my book a call, and we'll go ahead and come up with a solution for your credit score. Go on to the next slide, Wendy, please. Okay. Now this right here, this is a young lady that we just worked with not too long ago. Now she just closed on her house, and we're gonna listen to her testimonial, and I want you to just see what we did for her.
Everybody mute.
It's muted. Hold on. Can I hear Wendy?
Nancy Guthrie is still missing, but why the new FBI crime scene suite is expected to.
Bear with me for a second.
Miss Kim, you make this possible for me. You did make this possible for me. Like meeting the right people, because in the beginning my credit was not good. And I was thinking to get a house this year, not the ending of this year. That not last year, I start ending of December, something like that. So for me to meet Mr. Franzo, and he helped me with my credit, like that was an awesome thing. And you know, normally when you meet these people online, you don't want to trust them with your money. You're scared. You're like, nah. But when that text come in, and then I call him, and then we talk on the phone, I was a little bit like, I don't know this. But something at the back of my mind said, try. And I did. And he gave me a nice payment plan to work on my credit, which was awesome. I call them every day, it's like, I don't know, get happy. But let me tell you, it was an awesome experience. I get approval for a loan. My credit went from 586, something like that. Now my credit is like 736. 736.
Amen.
All
Amen.
of my credits are in their 700. Like,
Amen.
never since I've been in this country. It's all thanks to Mr. Franzo and his team. And then Mr. Franzo got to introduce me to Miss Latiz. Miss Latiz is working with the bank. Gave me a approved for a loan. And I'm telling you, awesome experience. And then I have to meet my relative, Miss Kim. Oh my God. She is more like a family. You call her anytime she's there. Even middle of the night, 10, 11 o'clock, we texting. She don't respond to text. It's not like the person that you text and don't respond. No, every text she responds to it. Anytime you call her, she call you back. She respects me with my accent and everything. She gave me that respect. It's not like she treats me different. Or we say, okay, you have this accent. No, I don't want to. No, it was nothing like that. Anytime I see her, she have that light in her face, always smiling, laughing. Miss Kim, oh, God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for doing this for me. Because to have the right relator, it makes it easier for you. And we only see 2 houses. And the first houses, and he said, it's up to you what you want. But when we see this house, he said, if that's where you want to go, let's go for it. Did everything possible, and tomorrow I'm doing my closing. I'm so happy, and I'm happy to meet all of these people that I called their name. May God bless all of you guys. More customers, more money in your pocket. I really appreciate everything. God bless you guys. It was an awesome experience. Awesome experience. Awesome. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I just want to say thank you. I'm so happy. Yes. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Now, Ms. Akins, we closed Ms. Akins not too long ago, but Ms. Akins, her credit score went from where it was to where it is now, and that's another person that I have on the call with her right now, and he is really responsible for her credit going from where it was to where it is now. And I'm gonna bring him to the call after we see the next testimony.
I think iPhone is unmuted.
You said what now?
Somebody on the iPhone is unmuted. Mute.
Let me see.
Okay.
I muted you, but stay. Okay, go ahead, Wendy. Michael Glean just closed on a $500,000 property, a nice property. I mean, it's really nice. So the thing about it, Michael Glean came to us about 7 weeks ago. 7 weeks ago. So we actually got him to a point where he can close on his house in a quick manner. So Mike, if you don't mind, you tell the audience what we did for you.
Took me from well, basically just updated my credit score. My score was in a range from I say 499 to about 565. and now it's at a range of about, last I checked, 735 to 817. And that was all in about a grand total of about 5 weeks, give or take, from start to finish.
5 weeks?
Yeah.
So if you have any questions about what we can do for you, just click on the link below and I answer any questions that you might have. If you want to get your credit score from bad to good, just click on the link below and we'll go from there. And if you want to know more about this, I'm gonna drop my link in the chat also for you to book a call. And we can go over everything with you and come up with a solution if you do need some type of credit enhancement. And somebody need to mute with their comment. Okay. All right. So now the gentleman that I was telling you about, that actually he's the brains behind the credit. So I'm gonna bring him. I'm not sure if he's on the call, but I hope he is. But if he is, I'm gonna bring him to the floor. His name is Mr. Sincere. And Mr. Sincere, if you are here, could you unmute yourself and talk to people?
How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Can everybody hear me?
We can hear
Yes,
we
we're
can
doing
hear you.
wonderful.
Perfect. So I just want to go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Sincere. I'm Al's business partner. I'm the brains behind everything. I like to kind of just stay behind closed doors with it. But when it comes to, and we'll just speak on personal credit, but when it comes to personal credit, me and Al, we can take care of any and everything you need. We've removed everything under the sun: child support, bankruptcies, auto loans, mortgages, closed accounts, open accounts, credit cards, student loans. I mean, you name it, we've done it all. So with the process, when you come on board with me and Mr. Alfonso, you'll do your intake, we'll do your due diligence, we'll get everything rolling, and the entire process from start to end lasts about 45 to 60 plus days, depending on your profile. For example, if you have a profile with 30 hard inquiries, 6 to 10 collections, foreclosed auto loans, if you have a handful of stuff, that process is going to take a little bit longer than an individual who has just a few hard inquiries, a few closed accounts, just a handful of negative accounts. But in this process, me and Alfonso, we're going to teach you how to understand your credit profile. We're going to walk you through this process. This process, like when we give you the quote or whatever, it's going to go towards credit removal and credit building. And the office hours from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. And we're here to help. Literally, we're here to help, not hurt. So yeah, when it comes to credit, we're the ones. I've been in credit 10 years now. I've had my own personal business with this 2 going on 3 years. So shoot, me and Alfonso, we've done 1.5 million in debt removed off clients' credit profiles, and over 250 clients have been helped with their credit from scores as low as 390 to 850, and out of the new clients that we have brought on, I would say, if me and Alfonso brought on 20 of new clients, 12 to 15 of them have gotten to their dream home or dream car or dream funding. So when it comes to your credit and or like with Mr. Alfonso, your real estate, we are the ones that can get you in position, teach you so you can better understand moving forward, and then get you in your dream house, dream car, or fill in the blank.
Thank you, Sincere. Now, the thing about it, if anybody have any questions, we're going to drop everything in the chat right now. If anybody have any questions about credit.
There was a question. What is the range of cost for the credit repair?
Okay. It's as low. The lowest has been $850. The highest has been about $5,500 to $6,000. So, and how that dictates is like when I charged a client $5,500, they had 45 hard inquiries, 12 collections, 5 auto loans that needed to be removed, and 10 plus closed credit card accounts, and a bankruptcy, actually, and a bankruptcy. You see what I'm saying? So when you have a swamp load of stuff on your credit profile, the price is going to be a little bit higher. But what I tell every single client, how much would you pay to change your life?
Okay.
How much would you pay for a better life? We are putting you in a predicament to where we're removing your student loans, auto loans, fill in the blank, and then you get your dream house, dream car, and funding. I would personally pay $20,000 to get that done. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
For a better life. So, it's the question and or choices on you of how much do you really want to stop surviving and start living.
Okay. So another question is, does the eliminated items reappear on the credit later?
If they do, from a standpoint of the Bureau's making a mistake, it's no problem at all. Give us a call. We'll go ahead and resubmit the documentation so that it can be removed permanently.
Okay.
We with this process, because I've had clients to where their credit was 495 or 500, and then literally in 6 days it jumped to 800. That's one. And then I've had a client to where it has taken 5 months to get the whole credit cleaned and built to to the desired score. So we stick with you until the process is complete, until the original accounts have been removed. We stick with you. Each one of you, whoever comes on, I have a very, very encrypted database. It's a 256 gigabyte encryption database of each one of y'all's profiles, to where you call me or Mr. Alfonso, we can literally go into your profile where you see each round, which accounts have been removed, screenshots of the original accounts, documentation, payments, and we are extremely thorough. So you can see all of that in your profile.
Let me ask a question. I think it's somebody on the Zoom right now that actually is working with you right now, Miss Foster.
Oh, perfect.
Actually, Miss Foster, if you can unmute yourself and just tell how your experience has been.
Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Ojia, and I just started this journey about give or take a month and a half ago, and I started out at about 580 something. Right now I've jumped up to this 630s. I've had multiple things moved around. I didn't honestly have so many horrible things on my account, but my utilization was a bit rather high. And Sincere and Mr. Alfonso have been working with me to also nudge me on, times to pay down, have them reported, negative comments removed. And, it's not just vibes and tales of this can be well. It's actually working for me personally. And, I'm glad to be here to be able to, tell whoever needs to fix that aspect of their finances so they can also be homeowners. I'm on my journey already. Thank you.
And real quick, Miss Foster, how many
Yes,
rounds
please.
have we done? We probably only done one round with you,
We've
correct?
only done one so far. We have one, I think, next week,
Mhm.
and then we're gonna have one more before I close on a house, just to be sure. Yeah.
Just be thorough. Every client has 3 rounds, just to be thorough. Majority of them are clean in 2, but every client gets 3 rounds.
Okay. Thank you so much. Wow.
Thank you.
I'm just it's been a pleasurable experience, to be honest. And I'm excited and thankful for the opportunity, because most people don't get access to information. So the fact that you're also doing this webinar is, very important to welcome people to that aspect of knowledge, because what we don't know, communication helps to remove half of the hurdles that prevent us from moving forward and financially free. So I think Sincere is really sincere about this. I'm a testament. Yeah, I had to say that. Bye.
That's funny. Thank you so much, Ms. Foster. And real quick, Alfonso, so for everybody, because we are in Atlanta. A lot of clients or people in this webinar have been scammed in the past by somebody, one like going to somebody to get their credit fixed, or fill in the blank. What I always say to every client, you don't have to trust me and Alfonso, trust the work. Just a man after God's heart here to help our community. So you have nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Yeah. So, pleasure to meet you, Mr. Sincere, because, I was wondering, like, whoa, who's doing this work? I've been in the mortgage business for better of 20 some odd years, and I've, referred people to different programs, basically nonprofits, and did some work myself, but I haven't seen, anything like the work that that you're hearing about here. We closed a young lady, was that between December, January?
Ms. Gordon.
Alfonso?
Me and Ms. Gordon.
Oh,
Yeah, yep. And I don't know what her score, but she was able to get the score to get into that 100% program that I told you guys about, right? Because she wasn't there, right? So she got in that, and we closed her loan, so her and her family are, in and out. So I just wanted to chime in and say, hey, it's good work. I've seen it, I've dealt with it, I've seen the credit report. I've put the credit report through the process and gotten an approved loan. So, and I've never seen or met Mr. Sincere a day in my life. So,
yeah.
I
thank you so much, Mr. Wiggins.
Yeah.
I'm the quiet guy in the background, and also to see. First of all, I don't mean to cut you off. Is there anything?
That was it. I just wanted to, kind of, share my experience.
Man, I thank you so much for that. But to seal the deal for everybody, what sets me and Alfonso apart from any other person in any other state doing credit is how thorough we are. Each client has prerequisite documents that are both uploaded and mailed out, and post requisite documents that are emailed and uploaded and mailed out. So each client has a minimum of 10 documents that are being mailed out and uploaded. So if an account does come back on to your credit profile, we know immediately that is a mistake by the bureaus. And me and Alfonso are so good with it, we have affidavits to where if they remove a profile and put it back onto your credit, that is under FCRA, what is that? 15 USC 1681C-2. That law, you will get $1,000 per item that has been wrongfully reinserted back on your credit. So you're mailing, like I have foundational documents, I have law documents. I mean, like we go to the ends, because this is y'all's life, this is your livelihood, one. And two, when there's so many documents that have been mailed out, and say, for a client, we remove a Capital One account, the bureaus would be like, okay, well, you're removing this Capital One or this auto loan or this bankruptcy, but where are the corresponding documents associated with it so that we can remove it? And with me and Alfonso, we send and mail off so many that there's nothing that they can say or do, and we just handcuff them with their laws.
So if anybody want to know more about this right here, I'm gonna put the link in the chat, so you all can just book a call and you can find out more about this. So the link is in the chat right now. So just book a call and we'll go from there. When you go in and move the slide. Okay. Now, my favorite, man, we have my other business partner. Her name is Tawana Sloan. Tawana Sloan, we run a team together. We run the real estate team together. Now she's gonna explain to you about the buying process the steps. I think it's 5 steps to it, and she's gonna explain each step. So without any further ado, everybody please meet Tawanda Sloan.
Hey everybody. Hey. So, all right. So let's talk about what most buyers really want to know. So, what actually happens after I decide I want to buy a home? Because honestly, buying a home can feel confusing when you don't know the steps. And the good news is there's a clear process. And our job is to guide you from where you are today all the way to the closing table and hand you the keys. So, as you see on the screen, the home buying journey follows 5 major stages. And that's from credit enhancement, if needed, to keys. So the step one is consultation. This is where everything begins. We sit down and talk about your goals, your timeline, your budget, and what home ownership looks like for you. So this is also where we learn what may have stopped you before. Like, was it any credit concerns? Did you have savings concerns? Or did you simply just not know where to start? So many buyers think they need perfect credit or tons of money saved, and that's just simply not true anymore. We can pretty much help you from the beginning to the end. The step two is going to be the financing preparation. So this step is extremely important. Before we ever look at homes, we connect you to a trusted lender. Um, they review your credit, verify your income, explore loan programs that's available, and most importantly, identify grants and down payment assistance programs if you need that. So some buyers may qualify for the 100% financing as you've already heard, or grant funds that can significantly reduce the cash needed to close. So the goal here is just confidence. We want you shopping, knowing exactly what you can afford. So then the next step is going to be property tours. Now, this comes the fun part. This is house hunting. All right. So based on your approval and your wish list, we began touring homes that match your lifestyle, your budget, and your long-term goals. I always remind buyers, we're not just shopping for a house, we're actually choosing your future investment and your everyday living space. Step four is the offer and negotiation. So when you find the one, and you will know when you found the one, we move into strategy mode. So we'll help you submit a strong offer, negotiate price and terms, request repairs if needed, and protect your interests throughout the contract. So once your offer is accepted, you officially go under contract. So at this stage, several things happen. The lender completes the final approval, inspections and appraisals are completed, and we work toward what's called the clear to close. Every buyer and every realtor wants to hear clear to close. So step 5 is the closing day. So this is everyone's absolute favorite step. Closing is when the final documents are signed, ownership transfers, and you officially become a homeowner. So this is when you get your keys in the hand, your new chapter starts. We take the cute little photos, like we kind of like we like to turn up a little bit at the closing table and make some memories, I say. So, and here's what I want you to remember. So you don't have to figure this process out alone. Most successful homeowners didn't start perfectly prepared. They simply started the conversation. So whether you need credit guidance, whether you need financing options, or you just need help understanding the grants available to you, or just whatever it is that you need, the process starts with step 1, and that's the consultation. So if ownership is something that you've been thinking about, your next step is simple. Schedule your buyer consultation so we can create your personalized game plan. So let's get you home. If y'all ready, we ready. The link is in the chat. Schedule a consultation.
Hey, that was so good. I almost scheduled a call myself and I already on home.
Look at you. We can help you too. Like we can help you. If you want to sell that home, we can help you sell and buy a home. Schedule your consultation.
Okay. Wendy, go to the next slide, please. So we got we're gonna do Q&A again. If y'all have any questions, please drop in the chat and we'll go from there. Now I know we weren't that good that y'all don't have any questions, but maybe we're good. I don't know.
Hope so.
Okay, great
No
information.
question.
Now the thing about it, if you have more questions, just like I said, I'm gonna drop my link in the chat. Drop the link in the chat again. Just book a call, and then we could just handle this on a one-on-one basis. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I look forward to hearing from you all. I think I saw a couple of people book a call already.
All
So,
right. Let's get y'all home.
right, we definitely will get you home. We definitely. And see, the thing about it, the great part about it, regardless of your situation, you don't have to get turned down. You can actually get your house. As long as you have a job and have verifiable income, let us do the rest of it. All you need to do is just have a job and have verifiable income.
Absolutely.
Okay. So if you're ready to turn keys, to turn your credit into keys, book a call.
All right. Hope to see y'all on a consultation.
Thank you very much, and we will talk to you. We look to talk to you soon.
All right.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everybody.
You.